Hello everyone, this is Crypto Hill back again today with another video. Apologies for not uploading for a few days. We actually had internet issues where we live, so um, we just wanted to say that quickly in the intro that we're just going to apologize for not uploading for a couple days, and the videos will be back in full force as our internet is now fixed. This video is actually going to be on Sushi and Polkadot, two coins with lots of talk and hype around them right now. So the team wanted to do a little bit of technical analysis. Now here we have Sushi first. First thing I want to point out here is this downsending wedge. Now, Sushi did have a bit of a run in the middle of December, as you can see there on the chart, and it came up and tested about $7.50. Now, ever since that point, it has been in a pretty serious downtrend. The line there, we're actually using it as resistance, and as you guys can see, Sushi has come up to touch that down sending line twice and has been rejected both times off of the line. Another thing I want to point out here is at about $6.70, there is a pretty decent support. Sushi did come down and touch that, and it had a bounce. So the team believes that is a good support area. Now, with Sushi, a thing of concern, and multiple people in the team brought this up. If we can move the chart a little bit backwards, we're going to see a pretty big liquidation candle on, it looks like December 10th. Now, if you have watched a lot of our previous videos, we do like to talk about these liquidation candles a lot because they do help understand which way a crypto will be moving within the coming weeks. Now, as always, that liquidation candle is not a good sign, and that's at about the $6.20 level. Now, in order for that liquidation candle to be filled, Sushi will have to come down to minimum $6.20. Now, a lot of people wouldn't think it's a crazy drop, but with the way Sushi's moving right now, the team does believe that it will come back down to at least the $6.20 range and could potentially go even lower than that. So another thing we want to look at here is the 200-day EMA, and as many of you know, if you have watched previous videos, we do use the 200-day EMA a lot, and we love it as a support resistance indicator. Now here on the 1 hour chart, we're going to have a look at the 200-day EMA, which is that turquoise line coming across the screen. Sushi has been rejected, if we can zoom in here recently, has been rejected multiple times on the 200-day EMA and has been in a downward position since then. Now that is important to note because um, if you were to use it as a resistance and a support, this is actually the resistance in this case, and it is not a good sign that Sushi has been rejected multiple times off the 200-day EMA recently and has been in a downtrend since. If we were to look at the 4 hour chart here, just quickly, I wanted to point out as well with the 200-day EMA, you have obviously on the 4 hour chart here, you don't have as many candles, but there was major resistance found again. I would say in the middle of December, where you guys can see there were about three candles that went up and touched the 200-day EMA, but were not even able to fill, um, over it or even beside it. They actually ended up filling under it. Now that's just another, it's not that good of a sign as it is indicating that Sushi wasn't able to break that resistance. And now it hasn't exactly found a proper support yet. We're saying 690 seems to be a decent support. I think the main thing to take away from this analysis is that liquidation candle that Sushi had where it reached the $6.20 level. That's probably the most important thing to take from this. And with that understanding that Sushi will have to come back down to that $6.20 level to be able to fill that liquidation candle and then potentially go lower or decide if it's going to move back into an uptrend. But first things first, that liquidation candle needs to be filled. Now, we're also going to move on to Polkadot here because we have heard a lot about it and we did want to do a little bit of technical analysis for this as well.
Yeah, so Polkadot, right now it's been in this ascending triangle, uh, kind of bouncing off the $25 level and then kind of just making higher highs all the way up and reclaiming this 200 EMA. I think Polkadot short term is going to get back to the $30 level, ever since this crash that came down to 25 bucks and then even further. But ever since it broke this downsending wedge, um, it's kind of made a little bit of it's been making upwards movement ever since. But I think this level is really important to look at, this 28.50 level. This was the initial breakdown point from previous support, as you can see here a couple times. And then it's touched it now 3 or 4 more times and getting rejected off that line. So it's definitely in a tighter, wedge here. But as we know, ascending triangles, more than likely break to the downside, and descending wedges or descending triangles more than likely break to the upside. So something to look at here is for a major pullback, maybe down to, $26 region, or even could get a pullback down to 25 bucks. So just something to look out for. And then if you look on the 4 hourly, the EMA, the 200 EMAs being a big play in resistance right now too. It hasn't reclaimed it ever since this area here. You haven't had a candle close over the 200 EMA. Even you can even argue some of these, but this candle here, you could say so since January 3rd. So it's been struggling with 200 EMA. But if you see a candle close above the 200 EMA on the 4 hour or even daily, I think we're further on the daily, yeah. But I would say on the 4 hour, if you see a candle close above the 200 EMA, that's a pretty good confirmation on more of an upwards movement. But I think you get a short-term pullback, maybe back down to the $25 region, and then a bounce, and then you get the breakthrough of 28.50, and then upwards back to the $30 level. And then also on the RSI, you can see we've been making higher highs ever since January 10th, higher highs. So that's a good sign there. But yeah, definitely bullish on Polkadot for the midterm range. But I don't think it's a good time to open up a trade unless it breaks this 28.40.50 level. If you see a break above this, then you could maybe get into a trade for the $30 region. And then if it, there's more resistance levels to look at here at 30.90 and 32.78 is like another big peak here, right? But it's basically reclaiming this whole drop here, looking to get back to the $40 level over some time. But yeah, we think Polkadot's going to do good mid range.
And with that, I think that's going to conclude today's video. We just wanted to get this out for Sushi and Polkadot and a quick technical analysis for anyone who is interested, as we have heard that there is a lot of chatter about these two coins right now. As always, this is Crypto Hill. We appreciate everybody who views the videos. It does mean a lot to us, and if you could drop a like and subscribe, it does help the channel a lot, and it keeps us motivated, as the channel is fairly new and we are trying to get better with every video. We'll see you in the next one.